What was your experience with the whole hypnosis thing?
I guess all of it was a little bit, you could say, surprising just because I had little expectation of what it was going to be like. So maybe it wasn't surprising because I didn't have any expectation. But it was an environment that was conducive to trust, and I knew that you had my best interest in mind. As far as the hypnotherapy went, it was quite interesting because I was very cognizant of what was being said, what was going on, and I remember that conversation. But it was interesting of where we were able to get, and I guess what I learned is that my mind had been programmed to believe that pornography was, like, in my subconscious, believe that pornography was all right, even though maybe my conscious mind was aware that it was something that I should be working on. My subconscious mind was had been programmed from years past that was acceptable, and maybe not even acceptable. It was just a method to cope. And through hypnotherapy, we were able to go back, forgive my past self who had initially made that mistake, and then retrain my mind to think of it in a different light, which has been super helpful, to think of it that way, and super effective for me. It makes a lot of sense. I think the two things I'm super grateful for are the two calls, I guess one call and one meeting I had with you before the hypnotherapy, that you went in depth and explained the mind and what was going on, and what the hypnotherapy was actually doing. Maybe not what the hypnotherapy process was, because you can't really explain that without doing it, I guess. But explaining what the process was and what it was doing was very helpful.
I mean, we only did the one actual hypnotherapy session, if I remember correctly, right?
Yep, correct. And it's been almost 6 months since then, and I've tried my best to be as proactive about the affirmations and different mind techniques that you taught me. But I've had 180 experience with temptation and whatnot since then. I've yet to fall. I've yet to even want to look at pornography or even felt a pull to in the last 6 months. Which before meeting with you, I couldn't go 6 days without that. So
That is so exciting. It's such a huge win. I am so happy for you. And people hear this and they're like, ah, but that's not typical results. Half of my clients come in and they're getting that result. They feel like the temptation is basically gone. If they're willing, you get out of it what you put into it. If you come in and do the therapy and you're 100% all in and you do the simple skills and tools like little affirmations, people are used to affirmations and everyone tells you to do affirmations. But we teach it a little bit different in context of when we do the hypnosis, and those two things together make it so that you can keep permanent results. So I'm really glad that you've had